Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have not endorsed Omid Scobie's tell-all biography, Finding Freedom. Not endorsed is a strange word. There are authorized and unauthorized biographies. An unauthorized biography tends to be much more hostile, and it's spilling the tea, it's dishing the dirt about the person being the biographied person. Okay, an authorized biography, okay, or an endorsed biography tends to be much more favorable. Omid Scobie is a sugar. He absolutely loves Meghan and Harry and never, ever, ever says an unkind word. Omid Scobie is literally the mouthpiece for Meghan Markle in the press. Okay, so it is unimaginable that Scobie, will be hostile to Meghan Markle. So I think that's the reason for this title, have not endorsed. Everybody knows this is an authorized biography. Furthermore, okay, even though, and I think Harry and Meghan came out and said, we did not authorize this biography. So they may be under pressure by the Crown to deny. And the big question is, did they interview directly? Let's read very briefly. The biggest mystery of all is whether this is an authorized biography with first-person interviews with Meghan and Harry, or if it's just more speculation based on hearsay. The book will be groundbreaking if it includes the personal opinions of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. But if not, the hype might be a little overblown. It hit #1 in its category, which is a big deal. Some people are making light of this. It's a big deal to hit #1, even in their subcategory on Amazon, because there's like 1 billion books on Amazon. So that's pretty good. Now, if Meghan and Harry are extensively, interviewing, that's an authorized biography, and that's a big deal. That's what they want to tell you, and that's what people think are coming out, and that's why it would have hit #1. Omid Scobie is a well-known British journalist who had the inside scoop on the royal family, especially the Sussexes, for years. He recently admitted how good it feels to finally be able to talk about this huge project that he's been beavering away at quietly for 2 years. 2 years. They got married less than 2 years ago. So literally, from the moment Harry and Meghan tied the knot, he started writing this. And immediately upon Meghan's and Harry's marriage, Omid Scobie became the mouthpiece for Meghan and Harry. Piers Morgan admits he took criticism of Meghan Markle too far. He's been one of Meghan's most outspoken critics, branding her a shameless piece of work. But now Piers Morgan has made a stunning U-turn. That's odd. Okay, because I love Piers Morgan. He's extremely outspoken, and he's generally just right on the button. I'm wondering if he's under pressure from his media company or if he's under pressure from the Crown to make this retraction. Let's read a little bit. Piers Morgan has said he made things too personal with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, even admitting that he took it too far. The 55-year-old star is famed for his rants about the royal couple, previously branding allegedly 38-year-old Meghan a shameless piece of work who forced Harry to ditch his family. But now Morgan has made a shocking U-turn and even confessed that he'll change how he talks about the pair going forward. That'll be interesting. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. This picture looks like the joke is on you. So Meghan and Harry, they are denying that the biography is authorized. So let's take a look at this, because this is kind of important. Meghan Markle escaping the Crown, it's just a constant tirade of justification for why they're right. And it's all Meghan. It's really mostly Meghan. If Harry's involved, then he's making a terrible mistake. So it makes me think that they're under pressure to disavow this, but if they gave direct interviews, that's going to be hard to deny. okay, that they were very much involved in. So we're going to take a look at that. Is Charles threatening to cut off Meghan and Harry financially? Like, you need to cut this out, because all they do is complain about the royal family. And it's, I think we're not hearing the celebrities, roundly supporting Meghan and Harry anymore, because they just complain too much. That's not a good look. So is Charles threatening to cut off funding? Is that why they denied that it was authorized? Oh, look at that. Because Omid Scobie's the biggest sugar in the whole world. So is Charles threatening to cut off funding? Finger of God, outside influence, sun, exposure, and ruler. So we have the crown and outside influence. The crown intervened. They want to, either they want to see it. Okay, sun, show me what's in that document. Okay, so I'm not, the queen says, show me what's in there, so I'm not all surprised. Or they found out what's in there and they don't like it. Okay, so the crown did intervene. Key events, key information on their mind, handcuffs, bound to it. They're committed to go forward. And there's talk that, that the crown, that the book was canceled. It's HarperCollins, and then it was canceled. Then it made it to #1. Then it was canceled. Then it came back. We'll look at that too. I don't know if it was canceled or not. I didn't notice that little blip on the screen. Somebody mentioned it. Outcome: Scapegoat, Veil, and Cornerstone. That's 11 and 8, 19, 5 clubs. Crossroads. So secrets. Scapegoat, bad secrets in the foundation. Very bad. Oh, they're going to reveal some stuff that the royal family doesn't like. So the royal family's intervening. They don't like it. Look, we're paying all your bills. Why are we paying your bills when all you do is slander us in the media? And look at the media, look at the press that the royal family's getting. Kate and William making all these video calls, and then Harry and Meghan are copying this. Little Charlotte delivering on her birthday, delivering meals to indigent people and people who can't go out. It's wonderful. And then the birthdays, and just the beautiful pictures made by Kate. They were the royal family was really clapping for the carers, and they may have started that. I don't know. And now every night at 8:00, everybody's clapping. I think the royals may have started that. I'm not sure, but they definitely influenced it strongly. So the royals' PR is fantastic, and then there's Harry and Meghan over here, constantly smearing them and saying bad things. It's just an oppressive environment, and it's not enough to survive. You have to thrive. So there's some bad stuff in there, and they're concerned about it, and the crown is intervening. So let's look at Omid Scobie and Meghan and Harry. Omid Scobie and Meghan and Harry. The real key is, did they give direct interviews? How involved were they in this biography? Because this biography hit #1 because they felt it was like almost an autobiography, first person. Omid Scobie's the biggest sugar in the world. I mean, if he speaks, basically this is authorized by Meghan Markle, directly authorized by Meghan Markle. And he's never going to say anything to offend Meghan, because she's his bread and butter. Oh dear. Okay, those are interesting cards. Wonder what they mean. Okay. Disturbing to hear me say that, isn't it? So let's look at Omid Scobie and Meghan and Harry. Omid Scobie. Were there direct interviews? Look at that. Meghan and Harry. Look at that, Meghan and Harry. So how involved were Meghan and Harry in the creation of this biography? Because I think people really want an autobiography really kind of written by them. So what do we have over here on Scobie? Inheritance. This is the royal family. Fox, very clever, and Player. Player and Fox are brother and sister energies. They want something, they go in and they get it. They're very selfish and they want something and they go get it. This is 23-33. 9 hearts. Really a big deal for Scobie. This is, Omid Scobie feels like this is his breakthrough. This is what's going to push him up into the big time. This book is really going to push him to the next level. Okay, so these Player and Fox are great business cards. This is business for him. Interesting. It's not personal for him, it's business. He really wants to hit a home run for, as a journalist, as someone who's written an influential book. He really wants to hit it out of the park. So that's the big deal. It's not about being about the personal relationship for Omid Scobie. Not at all. There's no hearts here at all. There's the 9 hearts, which is like a super big deal. Like, gosh, I hope I win the lottery, 9 hearts. So this is him showing his knowledge of the crown and the monarchy. The inheritance is the monarchy card. What about Meghan and Harry? Honest woman, honest man, broken chalice. 25-27 cross. This can say Harry and Meghan are breaking up, or they are separated from the book. So my question is, how involved were they in the book? They did not take direct. I don't think they're going to be quoted directly. And here's what I think just happened. Okay, I think Omid Scobie did interview them. He may have interviewed them extensively. Now they've come out with a denial, and so all of the direct quoting and interview stuff is going to now be taken out. Okay, and they have until the literal publishing date to keep massaging it to where they want it. So I think the direct quotes are going to be taken out, and they're going to say, a source said X and Y. Instead of quoting Harry, instead of quoting Meghan, it's just safer. It's certainly safer for Harry. No matter what Meghan says, Meghan has chosen her lot. Again, Meghan seems to need an enemy. Strangely, she picked her father as an enemy, okay, and she never stops attacking him. And now she picked the royal family as an enemy. But that's not the case for Harry. Harry needs to go back to the royal family. And she picked Kate as an enemy. And she even seems to be working against Harry. She is working against Harry. I don't know. Hopefully Harry realizes that by now. Okay, underneath we have hamster wheel and city. Long distance, traveling across the world. So the message travels across the world out on the crossroads. No, 18 5 diamonds. So it'll travel across the world. So they're going to remove the direct link between Meghan and Harry and Omid Scobie. And Omid Scobie he wants a successful book. But it's not showing this close personal relationship. I think man and woman here is showing that Harry and Meghan want their story to be told. They want to be treated fairly. Was Finding Freedom temporarily canceled by HarperCollins, the publisher, due to pressure from the Crown? Okay, because I was hearing that it disappeared briefly. It hit #1 and then it disappeared briefly. So was the book, canceled and delisted and yanked off of Amazon recently because of pressure from the palace? Was it yanked off of Amazon? There's a 10 spades. Was the book yanked recently due to pressure? 10 spades, very bad ending. Strength, solid foundation, and rooting. 21, 26, 7 diamonds. Someone intervened, and they blocked and they took it off the market very briefly. So that is absolutely true. I would confirm that. Someone intervened, and it's almost certainly the palace. They heard stuff that they're not going to like in there, and they yanked the book. They're powerful enough to pull that book off. So, like, there's that book of the other prince, the original Prince Harry. He's some kid, redheaded kid, and he fled to Ireland, and then he was murdered in a hotel room in Ireland. And he comes from a good family, and he wrote a book. And he published his book, the Rejected Prince or something. I don't know what it was because it's not available. And the Crown, they delisted it. It sold like 10,000 copies in an hour, and then the Crown had it yanked. They yanked this book. Oh, they yanked this book, and that guy, he confronted Charles somewhere and said, "I just want to talk to you." And Charles says, "Leave me alone, you nasty little twerp," something like that. So very strange. So they can yank a book. So they yanked it. They yanked the book. That's absolutely true. Underneath we have the book, Ace of Clubs, messages, an electronic, and straight razor, cutting the message and the book. Oh, there's another card hiding under here. And everything. So cornucopia. Oh, because of the money. Okay, so they threatened the money. Harry and Meghan are completely dependent on royal money at this point. They're not able to go out on their own. They're like teenagers. So that money is a big deal. Okay, so Piers Morgan, is dialing back his criticism. His idea, or was he compelled? Because I think he was compelled. I mean, he's very outspoken about everything, including Meghan and Harry. But he's very outspoken, and I really like that about him. He's not, he doesn't pull his punches. He's not politically correct, or he tries not to be. He tries not to be a politically correct person, which is basically communist poison. So was he pressured to do this? Because he's currently on leave. People are saying, oh, well, he could be fired. Oh, no, it's coronavirus. He's not currently on Good Morning Britain. Okay, was Piers pressured to recant? 9/11. Look underneath. Yeah, underneath we have healing and connection. We have 2 connection cards, and healing and love. He wants a good relationship. 11, 3 clubs. He wants a good relationship with them. That's interesting. He doesn't want it to be too acrimonious. So underneath, he really wants the relationship to heal. It seems from the underneath, he really does feel that he went a little too far. Heart, Mother Earth, healing the environment actively. 5 and 12, 17, 5 hearts. So he wants to change the relationship. He personally feels that the relationship between himself and Harry and Meghan has become a bit too acrimonious, and he doesn't want to be someone who is seen to be bashing Harry and Meghan. He wants to heal that rift. That's interesting. I think Piers has knowledge. He knows. He's a journalist. He's a mainstream media journalist, and he is connected to a lot of people, and he knows stuff that we don't know yet. And I believe that Harry and Meghan are going through the divorce, and I think maybe he wants to be favorable to Harry and not be seen bashing Meghan, because once Meghan is cut off from the royal family, people are going to be even more sensitive with their cries of bigotry and sexism if you criticize Meghan. So she's really going to be very well protected. So he doesn't want to be seen, I think, as somebody who's too critical and harsh. So that's interesting. Okay, so was Charles threatening to cut them off because of this book? The Crown intervened because of what they heard. Okay, and this is a big deal, and there's some nasty secrets are going to spill. Okay, that's how you sell a book like this. They're going to spill some nasty secrets. So the Crown is very concerned. And they yanked the book. They were so concerned, they yanked the books and they demanded changes. Okay, and did Harry and Meghan give direct testimony, like an autobiography? I think that part is going to be removed. I think they did, but I think it's going to be removed. And Scobie is just like, I don't care as long as the book sells. And Piers Morgan, he's onto stuff, and he knows more than the general public, and I think he's anticipating the next news cycle between Harry and Meghan, and that's the coming divorce. That's the coming separation and divorce. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who support me by buying me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe,